Retail is seasonal. It's never static. What does well at one time of the year might not do well at the other time of the year. So is there a way to find these keywords, these Etsy tags that sell at different times of the year, and find a way to catch on to the trends, the up and coming keywords, but just before they begin to take off? There might be. eRank have just this week updated their trend report to the Trend Buzz, and this new feature might well be a game changer for you. To get it from your eRank dashboard, you want to go to Reports, Trending on Etsy, and be aware this is a Pro members feature. And this overview page, this first page you come to, has the top 10 searches that actual shoppers, that actual buyers are searching for, and it defaults to last month. You can sort columns by clicking on them, or if you type in the filter box, you can just bring up the results for things that you might be interested in. Even with just using part of the word, it'll bring up results. The trend graph shows you the estimated number of searches for the past 15 months, and the blue bar highlights what month you're looking at. You can choose other months in the drop-down to see historic data, and that blue bar moves to let you visually see what month you're in. At the bottom, in bright orange, you'll see this trademark warning. This is just to remind you that although these are terms that shoppers are searching for, it doesn't mean that you have the right to sell them. Certain trademark terms will be illegal for you to sell. Stay to the end of my video to get the card to take you to the video that I created, giving you an idea of some of the things you can and can't sell on Etsy. The results are sorted into categories down the left-hand side, with each individual category with its top 100 results. Now, categories aren't perfect. They're based on what the seller is categorizing their item under. So you might find some duplicates in different categories, or you might find some that don't seem to fit at all. Sellers are human. Sometimes they put things into the wrong category. You might also notice that the bath and beauty category is missing. This is just because this was pulling some questionable results that might have offended some people. So for now, that's missing until eRank can find a way to be a little less offensive with the results. So let's have a closer look. All is the top 100 search terms. But how can we use this? Well, you can see the trends. For example, Father's Day was number 1 in the last month. Now, of course, obviously it was. It just was Father's Day in America. But now Father's Day has passed, so we can anticipate that the search for Father's Day is probably not going to be that high this month. And if we look historically back in the data, the graph's telling us there's a little peak before Father's Day, and then not many people are searching. So perhaps it's best not to use Father's Day as a new tag just now. However, if we look at turquoise, that seems to have been on an upward trend. There's some peaks at Christmas time, which most things seem to be. And also turquoise bracelet seems to have just become a new search term. So perhaps if you're into making jewellery, it might be an idea to take a gamble on turquoise. That might be something big just now. And when you've got an idea, you can click on that keyword, and that takes you directly to the Keyword Explorer, where we can see that, okay, perhaps this term's a little bit too competitive for us to rank for. But blue-green turquoise bracelet for woman. Could this be a potential keyword at least worth investigating? And it breaks down into a load of really cool tags. So it gives us a chance not only to rank for that, but if we rank for that, we might rank for turquoise bracelet. We might rank for turquoise bracelet for women. So it gives us an idea. Now let's have a quick look at that vintage category. To be able to categorise this, what eRank has done is taken all searches that contain the word vintage, because that way we know that the searcher was literally looking for vintage items. So it may not be perfect, but it certainly gives vintage sellers an idea of what is hot when people are searching for vintage. But I know some of you will be saying, but Pam, the keywords it's telling us here, they're much too competitive for me to even try and rank for. Or it's not even the kind of things I make. How can this be in any way helpful to me? I understand, it's the same for me. I make needle-felted sculptures, so this would be in art and collectibles, mainly. But when I look in there, there's nothing really relevant for me. Or Is there? When I search way down, I see bunny rabbit figurine and squirrel figurine, so this does give me an idea of some animals that might be popular. But not only that, because the search is using the word figurine, it tells me that possibly figurine over ornament or sculpture might be a term that shoppers are using more at the minute in time. But also I can check out pet supplies. Now obviously the top results here are not relevant to me. Dog collar I couldn't rank for, and I don't want to because that's not what I make. But if we scroll down, some of the first named animals are chinchilla. I've never made a chinchilla sculpture. Maybe now's the time to try. Greyhound is the first named breed of dog, and Chihuahua the second. And ferrets and bearded dragons are showing up quite a bit in the search as well. And terms like personalised and custom seem to be searched for as well. So this gives me an idea of things to attempt at least. When I'm doing named custom breeds of dog sculpture, perhaps I want to be looking at some items geared to greyhound owners and chihuahua owners. Perhaps I want to have a wee shot at making a bearded dragon. That sounds really tempting. So, okay, the very top terms might not be useful to me, but searching down this list gives me some ideas of how searchers are searching, what things buyers are saying when they're looking for something, and what kind of things are popular that I can maybe jump on the bandwagon. Okay, I'm not going to be able to rank for greyhound, but I might be able to rank for a personalised greyhound sculpture. But another thing we can do is look back to last year and see what terms were starting to take off just now, or what terms started to take off in a month or two, so we can get an idea of the up and coming seasonal terms and get our listings up and hopefully rank for them before they start to get too competitive. But remember, like any tools, this is just one tool to help you out. Don't use it as a standalone. It's just a help for ideas. You want to use your Keyword Explorer to find out if these terms are any good for you. You want to be checking in the rank checker to see if you're ranking for these terms. And most importantly, you want to be checking what your customers, how the customers are responding to the terms that you've used. Because what might be popular for other shops just might not work for your shop. I'd like to remind you all that although I also work for eRank, my opinions in these videos are my own and are not in any way affiliated with eRank. I hope that'll help. Don't forget, check out the other videos and subscribe to me and come back often. Thank you so much.